Hi, my name is Jim Wingard and I am the co-founder of Legal Atlas. Together with my partner Maria Pasquale, who's an international development specialist and an economist, I've spent the last 2 years working on the creation of an alpha version of a platform dedicated to something we call global legal intelligence. What do we mean by this? Right now today, if you want to access laws online, there are tens of thousands of websites that'll do it for you. Governments, nonprofit organizations, and businesses on a for-pay basis will give you that access. But there are three major issues with all of them. First, it's organized in a way that's familiar to legal professionals. Second of all, it's organized on a jurisdictional basis. So if you're looking for information outside your own jurisdiction, even as a legal professional, it's difficult to find what you're looking for. And finally, they rely very heavily on keyword search terms. This is also a useful tool for legal professionals because you're often looking for specific words and how they're used, either in law or in cases. But if you're not a legal professional, you don't necessarily know what terms to look for. And of course, once again, if you're looking outside your own jurisdiction, chances are you really don't know what term to look for. We want to use information technology to go beyond these other sites and open the door to legal information and legal knowledge, literally to everybody across jurisdictions and across cultures. We want to use information technologies, and specifically information architecture, geographic information systems, and visual analytics to do this. There's a few principles behind what we're doing to mention first. First of all, for us, law matters. Its content has a direct impact on what happens on the ground, whether it's agricultural trade, fisheries, or access to clean water, for example. The second principle is that legal literacy should be a fundamental piece of the overall educational system and not just reserved for higher education. In our opinion, legal literacy is really at the foundation of change. The third principle is that we need access to information that reaches the same scale as our own activities. To the extent that we're more and more international in our activities and the problems that we face are global, we need comprehensive information that is on the same scale. And finally, this is not an effort that can be done in isolation. In order to create legal knowledge that crosses jurisdictions and crosses cultures and languages, it really has to be a collaborative effort. Ultimately, we see Legal Atlas as going beyond access to legal information and legal knowledge. It's really about access to justice. This is a threshold that determines to a large degree the extent to which you actually participate in your legal system. So Legal Atlas focuses on information, but its goal is justice. Here are a few snapshots of our alpha platform. Laws are organized according to the topics that concern us, as opposed to the areas of practice for the legal profession. There are 10 interrelated databases, starting with the laws, the international treaties, and the judicial opinions. The additional databases are complementary and allow you to get the full picture for how the law is implemented, what things affect it the most, and what are the best practices. The map interface gives you direct access to the full legal framework for the country and the topic that you've selected. To see the same result for another country, just click on the map. No need to enter new search terms. The interface is designed to give you access to the laws in English and the official language for the country, with individualized explanations that describe how that particular law relates to the topic that you've selected. Associated with each legal framework is a set of visuals that explain different aspects of the law, how it's constructed, the architecture for it, and many of the management practices that are associated with that law. Compare database breaks out key elements so that they can be seen and compared individually across jurisdictions. All of the databases combine to create a truly comprehensive view of all of the information that helps you understand how they function. In the fall of 2012, Legal Atlas was recognized by the Hague Institute for the Internationalization of Law as the year's most innovative idea supporting justice worldwide. We now want to build on our existing platform and the partnerships that we've formed so far to take Legal Atlas from the alpha version to a beta version. There are three things that we want to focus on. The development of taxonomies and ontologies for, at a minimum, 5 topics. Second of all, we need to work on the georeferencing techniques, not just for showing the jurisdictional boundaries of the laws, but how to show the resources or other spatially related data to which those laws apply. Third, we want to develop a suite of visualization techniques and tools for each of those topics. If I'm selected, I'll use the fellowship year, dedicating full time to the tasks just outlined. In addition to that, we will be focusing on the refinement of the current business plan in order to ensure that we have a sustainable revenue model going into the future. Thank you very much for your time and consideration. We sincerely hope we have the opportunity to work together.